I've been hardcore Milwaukee forever. You get what you pay for, right? These things are junk. The buttons go bad in them so they don't lock on anymore. They start leaking. I just don't understand where people are coming from when they say that it's the greatest thing ever. Hey guys, it's Taylor, Fortis HD. We're gonna do a toolbox tour. So this is my box. I've had it, I think 14 years. I've outgrown it a long time ago, but I still use it, gets me by. So start going through it. So we start out left, got Imperial. I think we go all the way up to like 1.5 inches. My little Milwaukee impact up there. As far as ratchets, got kind of a mix of everything. A lot of snap-ons, gear wrench. I just started getting some Kokins, and I love these things. This is my go-to ratchet now. As good, if not better, than the snap-ons. It's nice and light. It's got a good grip. It doesn't get all gooey like the snap-on ones like to. We got some breaker bars, real long extensions in the front. Metric sockets, again, Tectons for all my impacts. I've got this organizer up here for all my extensions and adapters. I got some more Kokins up here. I've got the locking swivels. These are the best extensions. They got the grippies on the top so you can grab them. I've got some snap-ons that are the same, but they never stay in the lock position, where these ones do. These are adapters, but they actually fit into themselves. A normal adapter, which is a different size, but they get really long. So if you're in a tight space, they don't work very good. I think that's about it for that drawer. Next drawer down. So it's a mess, the whole toolbox is, but it's just kind of how it is day to day. We got screwdrivers, snap-ons, some seal picks, normal picks, and then this is just a lot of random, you know, I got some old screwdrivers for if you need to beat on something. I got these carbide scrapers. They work really good. These ones with the hammer point too, same thing, they work really good. Oh, I don't even know where. This is a Yankee. I've got a flathead one too, but it's a super low profile screwdriver. Comes in handy a lot working like under a dash or something like that. Next drawer is all my wrenches. Again, it's kind of a mess, but we got snap-ons, standard, metrics. These sets, I think I bought them when I was still in the student program with Snap-on. It's the same time I bought the box. Get a good deal and they get you hooked on everything. Ratcheting wrenches, these are all gear wrench. So you can see I got ones that have been bent and heated. There's a couple that are missing. They're here in the shop. Got these crow feet. These are nice. They're the wraparound style, so they catch more points than your standard crow feet do. I think these are a Platinum Tech. They're lifetime warranty. They're pretty good if something's really stuck on. Bunch of adjustable wrenches. Most of them are Protos. Old US made. They're good. And then we got a chain wrench in here. Just a little blue point, but it comes in handy a lot. Works really good. Yeah, I think that's about it for there. Next up, this is all pliers, hose pinch-off tools, a lot of Nipex. These are my go-tos for pliers. These the locking Cobras, they work really good. I've got the standard ones, which are great, but you know, sometimes you're trying to get into a spot and they want to adjust themselves, and I like the locking ones a lot more. You know, we've got cutters. There's everything from Harbor Freight to Craftsman in here. I got these guys. These are Mueller scissors, and they work great. They'll cut through like freaking anything. I think you can cut a penny in half with them, was the demo. I got some hose pinch-off pliers. You know, you got to break, well, fuel line something, you got to unhook it. You can squeeze it, keep it from dripping all over the floor. You know, your standards. You got to have the reds and the greens. They're your left and your right hand for making different things. I think these are all the Wisp brand. They're about the only decent ones you can get. A lot of finger vise grips in here. And then these are all snap-on snap ring wrenches, or snap ring pliers. This is, what do they call that? Duckbill. It's pretty good. And then this is a set. I've had this a long time, and my biggest gripe is, so when I first bought them, they were all this screw style, which works really good. Comes apart, you can make it internal, external, and I really liked them. But Snap-on discontinued these, So now when I break one, they give me this, you push a button and it goes up and down. But these things are terrible. They don't hold tight. You get a little bit of side pressure on them. You're trying to squeeze, they pop apart. Yeah, not really been happy with that, but it's kind of what I'm stuck with. They say they don't make them anymore and they're not going to.
Memorial Day is coming up and we're doing 20% off. If it fits in a toolbox or breaks loose rusted bolts, it's probably on sale. It's 3 days only, May 24th to May 26th. The sales will include Coke and ratchets, Impact Poly dual face dead blow, boom, the Mueller Coops mini pry bars, the carbide scraper kits, the chisel scraper set. So if you have a sad looking tool drawer, now's the time to upgrade. Go to FortisHD.com and grab what you need. And if you have any questions, hit us up at parts@FortisHD.com. That's it. Let's get it rolling.
Go, next one down. Got all my Allens set up here. So this was just a cheapy set I bought off Amazon, and then as I've broken them, a lot of the common ones now are snap-ons. So that's 1/4 inch, it's a pretty common size, and then like 3/16, that's a gear wrench. Just been replacing them with warrantyable ones. Line wrench set, Craftsman's, I've had those forever, they work pretty good. Temp gun, don't use it a whole lot anymore. When I was welding professionally, you kind of have to have one. You got a lot of stuff you got to preheat or keep it within a certain range when you're welding. Now, maybe sometimes I'll check manifold temperatures, seeing if I got a misfire, things like that, but it sits there for the most part. Let's see, I got a couple different wire strippers. These work really good for like really small wires. And then anything bigger, I use my Milwaukee's. I think I've said it before, but I had snap-ons before this and I lost them, and I bought these just that day and they're great. Like, I would never go back to the snap-ons. So I've got 2 or 3 sets of these now. And what else? We got a crimper tool for doing some electrical connectors, special ones, then just a normal one for butt connectors. Snap-on torch. Again, I think I've said it before, but these things are junk. I've warrantied it multiple times. The buttons go bad in them, so they don't lock on anymore. They start leaking. They just don't really, they don't hold up. Under that, we got some left-handed drill bits. They're great. If you ever break a bolt off, they'll get in there, get them out. Sometimes they don't. Some little kind of random stuff. We got my tap sockets. E-Torx. It seems to be becoming more and more common now. Like hydraulic motors will have these on them sometimes and things like that. I think even some like Ford brake components now are using these. This is my tap and die set. Again, I've had this thing forever. It's a snap on. It, you know, goes small to 1/2 inch. It's been a great set. Lifetime warranty, so whenever you break one, you can get a new one. Drill bits came with it, and then it's got extractors with it too. Oh, and then we got, it's a specialty tool. It's for getting the wheel bearings off my wife's car. Got to have that. Bottom drawer. It's kind of a catch-all. I put these dividers in. It helped it be not quite such a mess, but it's still a mess. Got an air hammer, Blue Point, bunch of different, all my bits for it. I got different, you know, all different ones, roll pin bits, everything you'd need. Under that, I got all my wrenches for my die grinders, getting the bits out. There's a couple die grinder bits in here too. So, torque wrenches, 1/2 inch, 3/8. They're both snap-ons. It's kind of one place you don't want to cheap out, right? You're gonna torque a head on or something. You want to make sure it's done right. Test lights, incandescent bulb is by far the best one. If somebody's gonna buy it, that's what they should look for. You can, you know, not only tell if you got power, but you can see how much power, right? You know, they make LED ones, which is great. It'll tell you what your voltage is, but you could have a wire that's 99% broke, and this thing's still gonna light up bright and look great. You put this one on, you can actually tell, oh, hey, it's dim, I got a problem. They both have their place, but incandescent, I don't know. People hate on them, but they're great. Got a couple bastard files. Oh, this is a Mac hose cutter. Works really good. This is a seal puller by Snap-on makes it. It works really good. So you can actually take your hammer and you can hit it in the lip of a seal, twist it, and then you can hit the backside here and it'll rip it right out. Yeah, I've had this thing forever, and sometimes you break the tips off, but they'll warranty them, but that thing works really good. This is, I think they call it, I don't know, pancake tool. There's a bunch of names, but just gets you into tight spots. It's one of those, you don't use it every day, but when you need it, it works pretty good. This is garbage. This is a snap-on test light, and it's supposed to be, you can touch the ground with your hand and touch power, which it works, but it'll pick up micro voltages. You could have the smallest voltage ever. I mean, you could have what's going through a brake controller, and it's gonna light this thing up bright until you got good power. It's gonna send you down rabbit holes. It lives down there. I used it a couple times. Once I had it, I ended up chasing a problem that wasn't a problem for a couple hours because I thought I had good power, and it's lived down there since then. We got triangle files, cleaning up threads, things like that. They work pretty good. My good soldering iron, this is a power probe set. I've been pretty happy with it. Soldering wires, things like that. It's got all different fittings for heating, heat shrink, and getting into different places. Yeah, it's been a good set. Torque wrench, beam style. These things are great. Beam styles never lose calibration, never go bad. They're good forever. I've checked it a couple times just to make sure. This is a bunch of oversized taps I've bought throughout the years. We got some, this is called the poor man's tap. You guys have ever seen it? So you take a bolt, you cut some slits in it, and then it's not gonna make new threads, but if you ever need to chase threads, it gets you by. A lot better than having to, you know, drive to town or try to track down a tap. If you got to get something going, you got to get it going. Oh, this is another tip nip. It's for cleaning up the tip on your torch, like your acetylene torch. Slides over it and you spin it and it gets all the boogers off and works really good. Up in the front, it's again a lot of junk. Tire spoons, getting tires off of a wheelbarrow or something like that. Oil filter wrenches, that's one thing you never have enough. Different styles, different ones, you know. They put filters in such dumb spots sometimes. This is for the compression style hose clamps, the little ears. This will reach in and it'll squeeze them. So lots of times, you know, that'll be way down in engine bay. You can't reach it, can't get a pliers on it. Well, this thing, you can get down there, grab it, get it off. Yeah, I think that's about it for there. This is kind of my junk drawer. A lot of random, you know, we got batteries in here, razor blades, knife. This is a Blue Point gasket scraper. This little guy is by far my favorite one. You know, you get some of the guys like the real long ones, but you end up breaking blades all the time. This thing's just good size, works good. Earplugs, gotta have those around. They're kind of expensive, but they're worth it. These are actually molded to my ears. So they take a form, pour it in your ear, and they make these. They work good. So yeah, you gotta protect yourself. Got some, what's that? Torque chart for just general bolts, right? So you got a 3/8 bolt. It'll give you an idea of where it's supposed to be if working on something generic. All kinds of just kind of catch-all for everything. Next one down. This is all measuring things. This simple old tape measure, you cut it off. If you're doing a lot of layout, they're great, right? You need to, 90% of the measurements you do on layout are gonna be small, under a foot. So instead of having a big tape measure, swinging it around, it's trying to roll up on you, you got this. Just makes it quick. A lot of squares, different size squares. These are actually a shop-made tool. A shop I used to work at made them, and they work really good. So they're made for the bigger squares, but you can clamp them on. And then so if you got an edge like that, it's real quick and easy to go up against it. You get your square, or let's say you're welding a beam like this and you got a weld here. So you can't put a square right into the corner because it won't tell you. Well, this lifts your square up just a little bit, right? Now you can actually see if you're square. So yeah, they're a cool tool. I think there's companies that make them, but we had our own machine shop and we made them, and yeah, they work. They're good. This is actually pretty cool. So this is analog RPM gauge. So with this, and you can put it up to a shaft that's spinning. It's got a little rubber end on it. It spins it. So if you have this in a stopwatch, you can see what RPM it's running at. What else? We got a Blue Point calipers. They're junk. Battery's dead every time you want to grab it. They're not accurate and they won't warranty it. So I wouldn't buy those again. That's about it for there. So punches, a little bit of everything. So snap-on set. I think I bought this right out of school. It's been great. Everyone's probably been warranted multiple times. A lot of just kind of random bigger ones I've bought throughout the years. You know, that's a Mayhew, and I think there's some Craftsman ones. Brass punches, they're good. You don't want to mar something up. Roll pin punch set. They work really good. So I deal with a lot of like, points on a ripper, things like that. They're all held in with roll pins. It's just a lot easier than having a generic punch. They keep themselves centered. This is a copper bar. So it's a tool for if you're welding. So if you ever have, say you got to fill a hole in a piece of metal with weld, right? You need something to put, but you can clamp this on the back of your hole. You can weld on top of it and fill it up, and the weld will never stick to this. So if you have something thin, you need a heat sink, you can put this on the back side. You can do your weld on your piece, and you know that it's never gonna burn into this. So just one of those scrap of copper. I got it at the scrap yard one day, but it works great. What else? This is hammers. Again, a little bit of everything. Got bronze hammers, things you don't want to screw up. Got snap-on, different sizes. I just bought this, and it's a, what is it, 54 ounce, I think? 56. Soft face, dead blow. Oh, it's great. I think that's a Tecton 48, you know, kind of your standard one. But this thing, it's been pretty nice. Last but not least, this is another junk drawer. It's one, it always gets disorganized. It's a wobbly socket set. This is, what's that? Flaring tool. Working on hard lines, brake lines. C-clamps. These are the new snap-on. They work kind of like a pipe wrench. They work pretty good. Oh, this is here, I'll show you. This is a transfer punch set, right? You can find the right size punch that fits in your hole, put it in, and then you hit it with a hammer. Well, now you know it's gonna mark the exact center of your first hole onto your second piece. Terminal, just trying to get different wire plugs apart, different wire terminals out. These fit all your different sizes. It's a Blue Point set, works pretty good. Got a brake release tool, snap-on. Honestly, probably not worth the money. 90% of the time, I'm still gonna grab a C-clamp or a pry bar. Every once in a while it works for one, but most of them, you don't use it, just kind of sits in there. We've got, you know, different bit sets, and just kind of a catch-all for all this stuff. Well, that's for cleaning, wire connectors. It's got all your different little tiny brushes in it for cleaning them out. Works. I think that's it for there. Hanging off the side, I've got all my air tools. So die grinders, these are all Max or Snap-ons. It's nice having a bunch, different assortment of them. That way you're not changing bits all the time. I got big cutoff wheel. I think this is supposed to be like a 3/4 horse. It is, I mean, it's pretty impressive how aggressive it is compared to, you know, your smaller ones. This is called a needle scaler. It's kind of a welder's tool, but knocks the slag off of welds, knocks rust off. It's one of those, you don't think you'd use it a lot, but once you have it, you find uses for it. Air blower guns, air drill. Don't use it every day, but it's kind of nice when you need it. Yeah, the box itself, I've had this, I think 14 years. I bought it on the Student Excellence program. Like I said, I've outgrown it many times. yeah, if you have any questions, comment. We'll try to get to them in the next video. So thank you.
If you have a favorite tool you'd like to showcase in action on the channel, reach out and submit your video to media@fortishd.com. Join us on our journey to tool the next generation.